Hi guys, you're welcome in usaeservice.com. For more management study and latest world news, visit our website usaeservice.com. Today we will discuss about role of best web hosting service for earn money online by blog. Let's start. Web hosting service allows individuals and organizations to make their website accessible through the World Wide Web by internet service. Web hosting is provided by a company that provides space on a server owned or rented for client use, as well as internet connectivity, typically in a data center. Web hosts can also provide data center space for their clients. Web hosting is often provide website access through common internet from internet service providers. There are also many free and paid web hosting service providers that offer web hosting. A customer needs to evaluate the application requirements to choose which type of web hosting is required for their website or application. Such ideas include database server software, scripting software, and operating systems. Most hosting providers offer Linux-based web hosting that offers a wide range of different software. A typical configuration for Linux servers is the LAMP platform, Linux, Apache, MySQL, and PHP/Perl/Python. Web hosting clients want email for their business domain, database, or multimedia services. Customers can still choose from Perl, PHP, Python, and Ruby, but customers can also use ASP.NET or ASP Classic. Web hosting packages often include a web content management system, so the end user does not have to worry about more technical aspects. Because web hosting services host websites for their customers, online security is an important concern. When a customer agrees to use the web hosting service, they are controlling the security of their site to the company who is hosting the site. The level of security that a web hosting service provides is extremely important for customer and can be a major consideration. Web hosting servers can be attacked in various ways by malicious users, including uploading malware or malicious code to a hosted website. These attacks can be carried out for a variety of reasons, such as stealing credit card data, distributed denial of service attacks, DDoS, or spamming. Some specific types of hosting provided by web hosting service providers, which are file hosting service, hosts files not web pages, image hosting services, video hosting services, blog hosting services, and shopping cart software. Types of web hosting service: shared web hosting service. In shared web hosting service, thousands of websites is maintained on the same server, ranging from a few sites to hundreds thousands of websites. Typically all domain servers can share a common pool of resources, such as RAM and CPU. The features available with this type of service may not be quite basic and flexible in terms of software and updates. Resellers often sell shared web hosting, and web hosting companies often have reseller accounts to provide hosting for customers. Reseller web hosting services. Reseller web hosting allows customers to become web hosts themselves. Resellers can operate under any combination of hosting these listed types. For individual domains, reseller accounts can vary drastically in size. They can have their own virtual dedicated server in a collocated server. Many resellers provide almost the same service for their providers as shared hosting plan, and provide technical support themselves. Virtual dedicated server web hosting service, also known as virtual dedicated server, virtual private server, VPS. The server splits resources into virtual servers, where resources can be allocated in a way that does not directly reflect the underlying hardware. VPS will often allocated resources on a single server basis for multiple VPS relationships, although virtualization can be done for several reasons, including the ability to move VPS containers between servers. VPS users has root access to their own virtual space. Clients are sometimes responsible for patching and maintaining servers on managed servers. VPS providers may provide server administrator functions for clients' managed servers. Dedicated web hosting service. In dedicated hosting service, user acquires their own web server and gains complete control over it. User has administrator access to Linux/Windows, however, the user is not the owner of the server. It is generally the least expensive for dedicated schemes. The user has full administrative access to the server, which means that the client is responsible for the security and maintenance of its own dedicated server. Managed web hosting service. In the managed web hosting service, user gets their own web server, but does not allow full control over it. For Linux, the user is denied root access/administrator access. For Windows, however, they are allowed to manage their data through FTP or other remote management tools. Full control is denied to the user so that the provider can guarantee the quality of service by not allowing the user to modify the server or potentially causing configuration problems. The user is not usually the owner of the server. The server is leased to the client. Co-location web hosting service. Co-location web hosting service is similar to dedicated web hosting service, but the user owns the co-location server. The hosting company provides the physical space that the server takes and takes care of the server. It is the most powerful and expensive type of web hosting service. In most cases, the co-location provider cannot provide any support directly to its client's machine, only providing power, internet access, and storage for the server. In most cases for co-location web hosting, the client will have its own administrator for the data center on site to make any hardware upgrades or changes. Cloud web hosting service. It is a new type of web hosting platform that allows customers to have powerful, scalable, and reliable web hosting, based on clustered load balanced server and utility billing. A cloud-hosted website may be more reliable than the alternative because other computers in the can compensate when a piece of hardware goes down. Local power disruptions or natural disasters, but good hosting is less problematic for cloud-hosted sites, since cloud hosting is decentralized. Cloud hosting also allows providers to charge users only for resources consumed by the user, rather than a flat fee for the amount the user uses, or a fixed cost upfront hardware investment. Clustered web hosting service. Clustered web hosting service having multiple servers, hosting the same content for better resource utilization. Clustered servers are an ideal solution for high availability dedicated hosting, or creating a scalable web hosting solution. A cluster database can distinguish web serving from hosting capacity. Web hosts typically use clustering hosting for their shared hosting plans. Grid web hosting service. This is the form of a distributed hosting where a web hosting server acts like a cluster grid and is composed of multiple nodes. Home server web hosting. Home server web hosting, typically a machine placed in a private residence, which can be used to host one or more websites over a consumer-grade broadband connection. These may be purpose-built machines or older PCs. Some internet service providers, ISP, usually block home servers by stopping incoming requests for TCP port 80 of the user's connection and refusing to provide static IP addresses. A common way to obtain a trusted DNS host name is to create an account with a dynamic DNS service. A dynamic DNS service will automatically change the IP address that changes a URL IP address. Importance of best web hosting for blogging. The foundation of any successful blog or a successful website in these day and time. You will definitely require a best web hosting service for your blog and website. Best web hosting. Always keep your blog or website up for successful profitable online presence. If you have a bad web hosting, then your blog or website suffers from downtime. There are many ways by which you can get good web hosting, but why should you bother? Importance of good web hosting nowadays in blogging. And don't be surprised, even small and medium-scale businesses have realized the value and importance of web hosting solutions offered by various web hosting companies. Having a working website or blog is not enough for them to remain competitive. For the past few years, all business transactions have moved online, and small businesses have realized that choosing the right web hosting provider is key to their success. There is a huge competition and demand for web hosting services, so web hosting companies offer various packages and services at affordable rates. These are the reasons why you should invest in good web hosting for your blog or website. Cheap web hosting out there. Website hosting companies offer different hosting packages, and inexpensive website hosting is not always the best. Our advice is to find out your exact requirements for your blog or website. Do you need MySQL, PHP, or FTP hosting? How big is your website or blog database? How much traffic does your website receive? The answers to these questions will decide which web hosting package will provide the best result for your blog and website. If you are now looking to take your blog and website to the next level, so you have to choose best web hosting. If you choose a cheap web hosting provider and a bad web hosting, which will result in problems for your blog and website. So, make the right choice for choosing the good web hosting for your successful blog or website. Techniques. Earn money online by blogging. Monetize your blog content and make money with WordPress. Affiliate marketing. Display Google AdSense on your WordPress blog. Use the WordPress ads plugin to sell ads directly. Write sponsored blog posts and make money by flipping websites. Get public speaking gigs as influencer. Create a paid subscription website. Create a private platform for questions and answers. Create a directory website with WordPress. Create a WordPress job board with paid submissions. Create a paid business directory. Create a WordPress event calendar with a paid submission. Sell digital products with WordPress. Sell ebooks on WordPress. Host a paid webinar services using WordPress. Sell online freelance services. Start your own consulting business. Sell physical products online using e-commerce business with WooCommerce. Create an online t-shirt store with WordPress. Create dropshipping store. Create Amazon shop, provide online marketplace. Create auction website. Create a job marketplace website. Thank you friends for watching. For more management study and latest world news, visit our website usaeservice.com. Please like, subscribe and share our YouTube channel, USA